everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan and we are back with a fashion video. And in this video, I'm gonna go over 7 things that make men look taller. Whether you're a guy who's already on the tall side or you're a short king who's watching, who doesn't wanna look a little taller? No expensive surgery required for these. All are super easy tips and hacks that can make a big difference. Tip number 1 is to wear fitted clothing. Wearing fitted clothing is going to make you look more streamlined, more trim, and taller overall. This works by creating a more balanced and elongated silhouette, which can make you appear taller. If you're someone who wants to look taller, wearing baggy or loose clothing is going to do the complete opposite of what you're going for. Clothing that doesn't fit you properly or is too baggy or loose is going to draw attention horizontally instead of vertically and make you look shorter and heavier in the process. This is another reason, out of many, why I always say fit is the most important element of any outfit, and if you want to look taller, wearing fitted, trim clothing is the way to do it. I'm not telling you to wear skin-tight clothing. I would actually advise strongly against that, but wear clothing that actually fits you. Know your measurements, know your body type, and buy clothes accordingly. The next tip I have is paying attention to proportions. The proportions of your clothing matter as well. This can either elongate or shorten the body, and I'll show you some examples here. If you're wearing a long baggy shirt, this is going to make your legs appear shorter, which is going to reduce your perceived height. Another example here that I could give that's probably relevant for some of you since it's wintertime are long coats. I would recommend making sure the end of your coat hits around your mid-thigh or higher. Anything longer is actually going to make you appear shorter. So here are 2 images where you can clearly see the difference between the coat that is very long versus the coat that hits around mid-thigh. The coat that hits mid-thigh is making the guy appear much taller than the longer coat, but also look at their base layers. The guy who's wearing the shorter coat, wearing all black, his base layer is more fitted than the other guy, which also is contributing to him looking taller. Also, the fact that the top and the bottom are the same color, which is giving a very seamless appearance here. I wanted to show images that are similar outfits, right? They're similar styles. They're both wearing baseball caps. They're both wearing jackets and relatively simple base layers, but the proportions of the outfits clearly make a drastic difference in the perceived height of the individual. The baggy shirt example that I gave also applies here as well to the guy who's wearing the long coat. His proportions are completely off. His long coat is making his pants look extra short, as well as where the pants are hitting on his ankle. They're a bit too high, making his legs look really short. Paired with that really long coat is just making him look much shorter than he probably is. Something else to consider is the height of your pant waist. So if you wear trousers with a higher waist paired with a shorter jacket, this can make your legs appear longer and create the appearance of added height here. And again, as we can see clearly in these images, the length of your pants. If they're hitting too high on your leg, they're going to make your leg look shorter, but also if they are a puddle at the bottom of your ankle, they're going to make your leg look shorter as well. So the fit is very important here, but also the way that the proportions are hitting between the different pieces of clothing that you're pairing together. My next tip is monochromatic or low contrast outfits. I'm a big fan of monochromatic outfits, even without the illusion of the added height benefit. If you go for a neutral or even a rich color, this is a simple way to create an elevated outfit that looks expensive and put together. I like to do this with all black or all white, but I've seen people do this with beautiful bold colors too and absolutely pull it off. But back to the point about making you look taller. Monochromatic outfits can make you appear taller because they create a seamless appearance that draws the eye vertically. There's no drastic difference in color that's going to sort of break you into sections. It's an uninterrupted vertical line that's streamlined and sleek. The lack in contrast makes you appear taller and slimmer, which is an added bonus too. So even if you don't necessarily go for monochromatic, doing a low contrast outfit can give the illusion of being taller as well. I'll give an example here. I look way taller when I wear all black. Honestly, most of the outfits that I put on my Instagram story are me wearing all black outfits, and people always think that I'm way taller than I am and are often shocked to discover that I'm only 5'5" because I look much taller in the photos. So not only do monochromatic or low contrast outfits make you look taller, but they're also very easy to put together and make you look slimmer too. So a lot of wins going on there. The next tip is to improve your posture. Most people don't have good posture, and I'm guilty of this too, but having good posture can add a solid 1 to 2 inches to your height. I actually measured myself before this video just to prove a point here. When I was slouching, I was 5'4". When I was standing up, I was 5'5". So automatically added an inch to my height. I know it's not a lot, but every inch counts. Good posture is also going to lengthen the appearance of your neck, which can make you look taller as well. But even outside of looking taller or adding an inch or more to your height, depending on how bad your posture is and how much you're slouching, good posture has many other health benefits and also makes you look way more confident. So good posture is something that you should be doing regardless of if you want to look taller or not. My next tip is a pair of boots. Now, if I put on a pair of 4-inch heels, I go from 5'5" to 5'9". Obviously, you guys don't have a pair of stilettos to break out, but as a guy, boots are essentially the high heel equivalent for men. It's a way to have a more exaggerated heel, which will give you an immediate added boost. In addition to a heel, you also have the benefit of outsoles. If you want to get height from an outsole, it's important to know the different types of outsoles, and I'm going to show you some examples here. I always recommend if you live somewhere with seasons where you're actually going to be using these boots for functional reasons, get a rubber sole because they're going to be a lot more grippy on ice or snow or any sort of bad weather, and they're just going to be a lot more functional for you in the wintertime when you're probably going to be wearing them the most. So leather sole is probably going to give you the least amount of height, but still give you height nonetheless. So even if you have a pair of leather sole boots, it's still great for giving you a little bit of a boost. So I'm going to call attention to some popular outsoles here, and you can decide which would be best for you. So first here we have a day-night sole, and look at that additional rubber in the stack here and on the outsole. This is going to give more of an extension. Then you have a Ridgeway sole, which is a similar concept, but just has more of an exotic treading. You actually get some additional height because of that treading as well, which is hidden on the side, but shows more in the stack. See how that treading there on the bottom gives you even more of a boost in the heel, in the stack? Lastly, we have a commando sole, which is often the most grippy to the ground. Not all are created equal, so make sure that you do your own research into the boot that you're going to purchase. My husband said that these, out of all of his boots, make him the tallest. There's just a lot going on there. You can see it when I hold it up, how much height that extra treading gives you. In addition to the outsoles, you also have the insole. You can add your own insoles, which will give you more of a boost as well. This can make the boots more comfortable for you, but also give you another boost inside of the shoe. Now, there are shoes out there that are created to make men look taller, but I think that boots are an organic way to do this while still looking fantastic. These are just a no-brainer when it comes to looking taller, and I will also tell you I measured my husband with and without boots on, and his tallest boots gave him an extra 2 inches in height. And again, every inch counts. We'll take what we can get, right? In my opinion, this is the best type of shoe to wear if you want a little bit of a boost. This is an organic way to look taller, and also you don't have to sacrifice style to look a little bit taller. A lot of the shoes that are made for the purpose of looking taller are not going to give you that style element that I'm sure a lot of you guys care about. And also, if we're thinking about a shoe like a sneaker or something like that, the insole of those are typically made out of foam. What happens when you wear in foam? It compresses and it shrinks, and then you're not even getting the added benefit of something giving you a bit of a boost. Boots don't do that, so another win for them in my eyes. So get yourself a pair of boots, figure out which ones work the best for your style, your lifestyle, the area that you live in, the weather obviously, but boots are a way to get an immediate height boost, which is a win. My next tip is vertical lines. So I mentioned the idea of a vertical line in some of my points already, but I wanted to touch on this in terms of actual lines or patterns on your clothing as well. Horizontal stripes or patterns will make you look shorter because it draws the eye horizontally. So opt instead for vertical stripes or patterns that draw the eye vertically. This is also something to keep in mind when you're in photos or videos. I made the mistake of wearing a horizontally striped shirt in a video once, and I will never make that mistake again. Even if it's not a true stripe pattern, I have some examples here behind me that I'm going to show you where the texture of the fabric is horizontal lines, and that can elongate you as well and just add a little bit of dimension to your outfit. So just to provide an example of a vertical stripe that I really like, there are so many out there to choose from. I really like this one. It's from J. Crew. It doesn't have to be this exact one, but this is a perfect example of a vertical stripe that's going to elongate you, and a lot of the Oxford button downs out there have this already, so it's super easy to find. But a vertical stripe like this one would be a far better choice than one that is horizontal. Some other examples here that aren't necessarily patterns, but more so textures. This sweater has a very subtle vertical texture. If you aren't really a pattern guy, a texture could be a really great way to do that. Also with something like a corduroy that's not technically a pattern, but it has that vertical texture if you look really close, that can just be kind of an illusion to the eye. Again, going for darker colors as well can really add a lengthening effect. So if you paired this with a pair of dark denim or black denim, it's a low contrast outfit because there's not a ton of contrast between the top that you're wearing and the bottom, which can elongate you altogether. And my last tip is styling your hair or adding a hat. Listen, again, Every inch counts, including the hairs on the tippy top of your head or the hat that you threw on to cover up your bad hair day. Styling your hair to add height on the top will do just that, add height onto the top. By keeping your hair slightly elevated or styled upwards, it draws the eye up as well, giving the impression of added height. If you're a shorter guy, I would stay away from longer hairstyles or anything that goes out too far on the sides or that is going to sort of pull you down. Same deal here with a hat. The vertical aspect of a hat, especially one that has a little bit of structure or vertical height, can elongate your overall appearance. So if you're a bald guy out there who doesn't have any hair to style, try popping on a hat for an extra inch or two. But alright guys, that's all I have for 7 ways for men to look taller. If you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. Let me know down below if you've tried any of these things. What are some other tips you have for looking taller? At the end of the day, your clothes should accentuate your body and make you look better. So use your clothing to your advantage. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.